Good morning from Hamburg, Germany. Today we are making a video about a personal trainer here in the city, and I think that you're gonna like it. It's something a bit different and a good look into real world work as a freelance photographer and videographer. All starts right now. Let's go. Oh, wait, hold up. I'm also shooting on a different camera. This is the Sony a7 III with a Tamron 28-75 2.8. All right, so I'm vlogging on the a7 III here with the 28-75, and I'm at 28, so I hope it's not too close. It is a full frame sensor, so it might be wide enough, but I've got a selection of gear here behind me. I brought three cameras. I got the GH5, the a7S III, and my Canon EOS R, and the idea is just to capture as much as I can. I do have a shot list from the client who is Jeff. He's a personal trainer and has a master's degree in sports psychology, I believe, so he's a really interesting guy. He's got a lot of experience, and I want to try and capture as many different angles as I can in this one space that we have. So I've never been here before, and Nelly and I were talking about this last night actually, how like photography as an artistic expression, like what is that to me and to her, and her specific question was like, do you consider photography an art? And I do, for sure, but I don't necessarily consider myself an artist when it comes through photography. Like a lot of my photos are very practical. Like I'm trying to capture a moment that tells a story, right? And I guess in some regard that can be very artistic in a way, but also in this scene where I'm just trying to capture the physical therapy experience and the personal trainer experience, it's all about capturing the angles so that you have a well-balanced composition and enough different angles that you have like a wide variety to select from. So I brought these three different cameras and the different lenses to try and get like different perspectives on the scene. Now that sounds kind of simple, but I think the photographer's eye, and I know a lot of you guys can relate, is seeing that well-balanced composition through different focal lengths and being able to capture that. So I believe that that's kind of the style of art that I have with photography, and that's what I'm going to try and do today with these different focal lengths to try and get as many different options as possible in this one room that we have to work in. Alright, so our next tip for freelance photography work, especially in like a staged environment like we have here, it's not necessarily like a specific studio, but it definitely is like a gym and workout place that we have currently only for ourselves to do this shoot. So one of the things that I like to try and do is utilize the space to get as many different angles as you can, because when it gets to the editing and providing the selections to the client, you want to have as much diversity and choice as possible. So luckily for us, they've got this sort of outdoor patio space. Now, it doesn't look like it's been used in quite a while, but there is this beautiful open kind of terrace that we can utilize. So we set up a couple mats and we're going to do some exercises outside to get that beautiful sunny summertime weather. Working out outside looks really good for advertising and marketing purposes. So we get a couple shots under this summer sun and hopefully they'll look really nice.
Right line with your ear and shoulder as you get to the top. Strong through here. Rotate.
Let's switch gears and talk about cameras real quick, because I am currently shooting right now with the a7 III from Sony, and this is a very popular camera. It came out a number of years ago. I'm gonna guess 5, I might be wrong, let me know in the comments below, but I know a number of fellow professionals, photographers, and video creators that use this camera as their daily workhorse for quite a while, including Tyler Cave from Vancouver Island, as well as Mike Corey, who runs the channel Fearless and Far. You know, these guys have really put this camera through the tests, and it has come out with an A+ rating. So I know that this camera does very well for video work and for photography. So I'm happy to be testing it out because you guys know that with the GH5 getting real old and that Micro Four Thirds sensor, it might be time for me to upgrade, and I really have been putting it off for quite a while. And if I do make the switch, you know, it's going to be expensive and it's going to be a big one because my Canon EOS R, I have 3 lenses for it, but they're all EF-L series glass that's also about 5 years old, and I've really beat the crap out of those lenses. So, you know, I don't have any RF glass. I just have the 2 lenses for the GH5, so I could theoretically make the switch. And if I were to do so, I think having the same system would be, you know, the most beneficial. But I would have to probably get 2 bodies, one for stills, one for video, and then a plethora of lenses. So ideally, of course, if I had all the money in the world, it'd probably be the Sony A1 for stills and the A7S III for video, with like 5 lenses that cover a nice broad telephoto range. But making that change would probably cost me quite a lot of money. But that's sort of what I'm thinking. I need a new video camera. I'm not sure if I want to wait for the GH6, even though it probably will be the step that we've been waiting for as GH5 users. If any of you guys watching this are for quite a while. But yeah, let's see. But let's get back to work, because that's what we're really here for, is to capture some great photos of Jeff and the clients. Tour leader in South America for a Canadian company. I had a camera, I was like traveling every day, these amazing places, taking pictures of the group, and then I would put them on Flickr, and I'd share the Flickr album with the group after the tour. So they had like basically a private photo of their trip, seeing you guys. Got to take a moment to introduce Jeff. Jeff is from Washington State in the US, right?
That's correct.
But you've been living in Hamburg for about the same time that I have, because your wife is from here?
Yep.
Yeah?
Well, she's from Bremen, Germany.
Oh, sorry, right.
But, yeah,
just south.
Germany in general.
North Germany. Actually, there's a football rivalry between Bremen and Hamburg. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's a pretty big rivalry between the cities, I think, like in general, because they got the port. And
that's very true. So if you're watching from Bremen or Hamburg, let us know in the comments below. But I wanted to thank Jeff, because it's been a really fun experience for me to do this shoot, like more kind of athletic style, personal training. You know, the whole manual therapy idea was really different, and I think a lot of fun.
Yeah, super fun. Obviously awesome to work with Greg, and also the people at Med2 Sports. Want to thank them, and a lot of fun, super easy to work with, and I'm excited to see how this project turns out in the end.
Yeah, I think it's going to look great. So I will link to Jeff's website in the description below when it's ready. So it's not ready by the time that this probably goes live, but it will be soon.
Yeah.
So when it is, I'll link it in the description if you're interested. But the photos that you've seen in this video gives you a very good idea of what we're looking at, and it's been great. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.